Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Osa Radio, so today we need to take a little bit of a look at what seems to be, at least, the final products from Crown Zenith. There were 4 products we were waiting on that we kind of knew about, that we kind of heard about, that we had been told about, but we hadn't actually been shown yet. Well, wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful news. We now do have all of them, and that makes me very, very, very happy indeed. So let's start off with the Crown Zenith tins. We knew these were coming. We knew they featured 5 booster packs and 1 full art promo card featuring Galarian Articuno, Galarian Zapdos, or Galarian Moltres. And then when we saw these lovely alternate art or art rare cards as they are, when we saw those shown off in Japan, we kind of figured that these had to be the ones included in the tins. It was the only thing that really made sense. And now that has gone and been officially confirmed. These are the cards which are being included in the tins over here. And I, for one, I just want to say this. I am delighted. And I think this is a wonderful, wonderful idea. And on the one hand, this is a point where I could give myself a pat on the back for the correct prediction, but it really was a very obvious prediction. We had these 3 tins featuring full arts of the birds. We knew it was the birds. It wasn't the birds in the V form, because if it was, the Vs, it would have told us in the press release it was the Vs. These were the only full arts we had, so it was either these, or there were separate full arts of these cards or different versions of the trio of the birds, and that just made no sense. That would have been weird. So no, it wasn't exactly an impressive prediction, but I'm still delighted it turned out to be true, because these are amazing. Artwork-wise, I've told you this, I do believe this Galarian Zapdos is one of the very, very best that we've seen so far. I think it is absolutely flat out over the top stunning, and I just adore it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think if you made me choose right now, I'd still say the Bibarel is the best of them. And because I love the card so much, I want this Regigigas, but this is definitely the Galarian Zapdos is up there. So we've got the Galarian Zapdos. These are all reprints from the cards that came around initially in Evolving Skies. And this is the one that when you bench it, you get to attach 2 extra fighting energy to it, which actually combos really nicely with the just released Hisuian Arcanine V that can move all the fighting energy on the field over to it. That actually works beautifully here, because if you just want to get a bunch of energy onto the field nice and quickly, in terms of fighting energy, this is probably still the best way to do it. Then for free energy, 70 damage, you can discard all for automatic paralysis. And the theory then is that you can bench it with 2 energy, attach for the turn, and that's a free energy, and off you go. It's fine, but it's not seen a huge amount of play. Let's not get terribly excited. Now, we have also got the Galarian Articuno here. And again, the artwork here might not be quite on the level of Galarian Zapdos, but let's not beat around the bush. It's still a stunning card. And this one, again, you can bench it with 2 Psychic Energy attached. And this has actually seen play with stuff like Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, which is, of course, a card which gets better if you got more Psychic Energy on the field. And sure, that itself can get Psychic Energy onto the field, but this still works very nicely. And then we've got the Galarian Moltres. It's more Shinji Kanda artwork, who I know is an artist who is making a lot of people very happy, becoming a very popular artist. Honestly, a lot of people, for them, it's largely on the back of the special art Giratina that came around in Lost Origin. I know there are some people, yes, Brace Gaming, I know you are one of them, who's been on Shinji Kanda from the start, but I think it is the Giratina V that really turned a lot of people over to this artist. Either way, this is a stunning piece of artwork, my favourite of the artists so far, incidentally, and this is probably the best of the cards, just in terms of playability. Again, it's got that same ability that lets you attach extra darkness energy when you bench it, but it does 20 damage plus 50 for each prize card your opponent's taken. So if they've taken 5 prizes, that's 270. That's Pokemon V-Star KOing territory. It's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. It is not bad at all. These tins, for me, are must-buys. No ifs, buts, or maybes. For me, these tins have gone into must-buy territory because, yeah, they've got these amazing promos. Now, a question a bunch of people have got here, does this mean these cards are being taken out of the set? Yes. That is exactly what it means. And we know that this set for us is going to be very similar to something like Shining Fates. And we can use Shining Fates as an example. In fact, we can use the Shining Fates tins as examples here. Because in Shining Fates, we had shiny versions of Boltund V, Cramorant V, and Eldegoss V. But they were in the tins. In Japan, they were in the set Shiny Star V. Over here, they were removed from the set to be used as promos. So there we go. We know they're not going to be in the set. This happens quite a bit when we have these special sets. We will select some cards from the Japanese set and take them out of the Japanese set so that we can use them as promos. Sounds alright, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds alright to me. Now, the other product we were waiting to see is the Pikachu VMAX Special Collection. We have seen it now, and again, this is exactly as we predicted. We've got the Pikachu VMAX that was a Korokoro promo, a jumbo version of that same Pikachu VMAX, and the Pikachu V, which was also a Korokoro promo. Now, the Pikachu VMAX was pretty obvious, and we actually called this, back when we knew it was a VMAX collection, before we even knew it was Pikachu, we called that it was going to be a Pikachu VMAX collection, this Pikachu VMAX. But even that wasn't exactly some kind of amazing out-of-the-box prediction, because we'd had this promo with Korokoro over in Japan, and we didn't have it over here. And we had to get it at some point. You kind of had to imagine. So it made sense it was coming here. One of the reasons, incidentally, we had to have it, this is, as I like to phrase it, a mechanically unique Pikachu. That is to say, this Pikachu VMAX is not the same as the one that came around in Vivid Voltage. It is a brand new Pikachu with brand new attacks. And when we saw the description the other day, it literally dropped the names of the attacks, so we knew that it was this Pikachu VMAX. But it's still very cool that it's coming. Now, in Japan, this was kind of weird. They did a magazine, or a comic, and it was Korokoro comic, and when you bought it, you got the Korokoro Pikachu VMAX. And there was a weird thing that a lot of people outside of Japan did. You could get a version of it, which had a digital version of the magazine, but a physical version of, as they phrase it in Japan, the appendices, including Pikachu VMAX. So you would get the physical Pikachu VMAX and a few other bits in a little bag, but then you would get a little code to scan that would give you access to the digital magazine. It was a little bit weird, honestly, but it was extremely cool, and it made the magazine easy to get hold of. For a while, we were all terrified this was going to be borderline impossible to get. It wasn't. It actually turned out to be very, very easy to get hold of, and that was lovely. What was not so easy to get hold of was the Pikachu. Now, the way the Pikachu worked was there was a code in that Korokoro comic that you would scan, and that meant that you entered into a draw to win one of the special Korokoro 100 start decks, which incidentally, when you build in the secret rare, brings it to 102 start decks, which makes me, I don't like it, ladies and gentlemen. It's weird and it's wrong and it makes me sad. But that was how you got hold of it. Sad face for me and people like me, this was set up and it would not send to proxy addresses. One of the ways the main way, in fact, that I import stuff from Japan is I have a proxy address set up. So it's basically a warehouse that I've got a tiny box in, and that box acts as an address in Tokyo, so I can order online and get stuff sent to my proxy address, and then they will ship it on to me for a fee. I personally use Tenso. I am not recommending Tenso. I am not endorsing Tenso. I am telling you this is the one I personally use. If you choose to use a proxy address, do your own research and choose the one that's best for you. But a lot of people ask me, that is the one I personally use. It's up to you which one you use, not making a recommendation. And basically, I couldn't order this. And the reason I couldn't order this was extremely simple, because it wasn't possible. Unfortunately, because they didn't ship to proxy addresses, so I never got a chance to enter this, and that was very, very sad. But the deck came with 4 exclusive cards, which was the EVV, which has been confirmed as coming in Crown Zenith, the Okacheke Wooloo, which has been confirmed as coming in Crown Zenith. There was a Dubwool, which has been confirmed, wait for it, as coming in Crown Zenith. And then we also had this Pikachu, which is now coming in here. It is a new Pikachu. It is a mechanically unique Pikachu. It makes sense that the Korokoro Pikachu would come with the Korokoro Pikachu VMAX, and that is exactly what's happening, and that is absolutely lovely. And this product, for me, again, it's a must-buy. For me, there's no ifs, buts, or maybes, because this is the only place to get this Pikachu VMAX, and it is the only place to get this Pikachu V. So for me, it is an absolute no-brainer. It has to be this, because it's got exclusive promos. I personally think all of the stuff that I'm showing you in today's video is absolutely stunning and brilliant and awesome. I'm going to be buying all of it. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm making recommendations, and it's up to you as to what you think is the best thing to do. But for now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts where I answer all of your questions. You can join a Discord and chat with us. And you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Tilt, who is, incidentally, I think one of our newer Patreons. So thank you very much for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.